Next up, the national anthem for the home team, France. And there you see the fans finally allowed back in the gym here in France. They have been behind closed doors most of this last professional season. Those three important people right in front of you, we have Apostolos Kalpakas from Sweden, Charalampos Karakatsounis from Greece, and Menoza Hogado from Spain.
Yeah, we will see soon the roster of the Croatian team and the first five. I think it's not going to be a big surprise compared to the qualifiers where Dorgic, well, here she is, that's definitely a key player. She was a co-leader of the scoring stats during the qualifiers with the Ukrainian Elena Gupova. What to say, she's definitely a big persona for that team, but also the French team is well experienced to know and try to collectively guard her. Here is the play caller from Croatia, the man you mentioned, he's been with the Croatian national team since 2011 when he brought the Croatia into 5th place in the EuroBasket and qualified for Olympic Games. So we gotta wait a little bit for that first five for the Croatian teams. We're now seeing warming up the French home nation. As you mentioned with the Gabby Williams, she has been crowned as a EuroLeague Women Defensive Player of the Year, which I think that's what was the missing element for the French team in the previous 4 editions for the French team in the finals and the other medal games, because to be honest, I was lacking a little bit the heart within their teams, but yeah.
And the starting five for France, Ipupa, Mia, Bruda, Vukosavljevic, and Joannas. No surprise there either.
Yeah, no surprise. It's a core who has been together so long, and this is
Joannas.
Yeah, Joannas, who is such exciting player to watch. And we have to say that she has been double digits in 5 of her 12 games in EuroBasket. And every time she scored more than 10 points in the game, the France actually won the game. She's coming off the bench usually.
And Coach Valérie Garnier, she's been there a long time with this French national team. She took over in 2014 for them. So she has a lot of experience as a head coach at these big-time FIBA tournaments.
Yeah, and she definitely has a trust from a French federation, because staying so long within the team, I think this year is their year. Coach Steve Bralic at that press conference before the championship, he said they're happy to be back after that 6 years of the absence at the big tournament, and all these players 28 years old, so they are full of young quality players. which could display the fast style of their basketball as well. Obviously, they have loads of energy. They don't have anyone who could struggle with the age and with the physical conditions. So we probably will see very quick up and down game from them. But what I would hope is that France is going to be the one team who's going to dictate the tempo of the game. I think that's what they want, because you don't want to let any underdog to step up like we've seen in today's previous games.
Yeah, and France has the bench to do that as well.
Dojkic has also mentioned that the coach giving them loads of freedom to play, which would be interesting to see how they could deal with this strong French team today.
Hello and welcome to the FIBA Women's EuroBasket Championships 2021. France winning the jump ball over Croatia. Group D, final game of today. And a quick turnover and good defense there by Croatia.
Yeah, Perisha has grabbed that intention for that pass. Great steal.
Tikvic hands it off. They look back inside to her, and an easy 2 points for Croatia.
Yeah, it was great cooperation from Perisha and Tikvic. Easy, really easy. Like, there was no one on the split line to help or anything. So, slow start for French team defensively.
Vukosavljevic looking into Gruda. Gruda goes baseline, finds Johannes. Johannes lets it go, and it's good for 3 points.
Yeah, and once you let them fire up, you are in a big trouble. So this is the first shot of Johannes, and straight made. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see what we're gonna see from her. This
Slorsak goes right at Vukosavljevic. Fast break opportunity here for France. Finds Endimian. Endimian lets it fly. She misses. Croatia with the rebound. Oh! Good job just attacking the basket. Fearless there by Dojkic. And she draws a foul, and she's going to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think she recognized that. Obviously, Vukosavljevic is guarding her, so she's way quicker and way more mobile on her feet. So that's a great reading ability from Dojkic, because obviously, if you have a taller player, you want to attack them.
Djorkic makes the second. Johannes with the ball up top. Gruda setting a screen for her. She's already hit one. Why not go for another? Second three-pointer tonight for Johannes.
Yeah, and it's way too easy. She had 2 wide open shots as well. Almost like, you know, she's unknown, but she's well known.
Dojkic. She misses. Ipupa with the rebound. France running now. Not a big opportunity here. Ipupa with a quick turnover. Might have rolled her ankle on that. Slonchak takes advantage of the turnover, and she scores. And we see Ipupa hopping off the court. She does not look comfortable. I think it was a little bit of an ankle twist. She definitely has some pain here. We'll see it. Oh yeah, her right ankle, she tried to stop. So hopefully that's nothing too serious, and we'll see her back in the game. Duche came in for her. Johannes. Vukosavljevic attacks the basket. She turns the ball over as well. So that's 3 early turnovers for this French team. She lets it fly. Why not? 3-pointer for her.
So far, the Croatian team plays with no fear at all. They were highlighting it, that they're not scared of anyone.
Johannes cutting hard to the basket, but she's rejected by Begic. But you know, we saw it earlier today. You and I covered the Bosnia game, and there you see Pupa on the bench. Clearly, it's not good news just by her reaction. But sorry, what I was saying is you and I covered the Belgium-Bosnia game earlier, and Bosnia had nothing to lose, and that's exactly how they played. And so far, the first 2.5 minutes,
Okay, we started to 2-3.
So the refs are reviewing here.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Go for 3.
And they're just checking if it was a 3 or 2. But to be honest, Ivana Dojic was highlighting that they are young, but they are fast with great shooting ability. And so far, like the beginning of this game definitely expressed the words.
The ball out of bounds here. Gets it to Joannes. She's gonna let it fly well off. I'm not sure if it was a pass or a missed shot, but Vukosavljevic was there.
Great
Oh,
pass.
what a beautiful pass and finish by Digvic. I think it was Dojkic who passed to her. You know, really, teams that play who have nothing to lose can always be dangerous. Gruda, baseline shot, her shot a little long, but Endi Miem, good job crashing the offensive rebound, draws the foul.
Yeah, you know yourself, Jonna, you've been there as well. You know the underdogs are usually the worst teams to play against because literally they have nothing to lose. They're quite unreadable as well, and I think at the moment France needs a little bit time to adjust to it.
Duche finds Gruda. Gruda to Miem.
It's a great defense from Croatia.
Miem, nice little spin move, shot in the middle of the key.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of Miem's height as well, because no one could reach that shot.
Tikvic. Nice little move to get open there by Begic, but she misses the shot. Joanna is now running, finds Gruda baseline. It's a pretty big, oh, what a beautiful step-through move there by Gruda. That's a tough matchup for Tikvic.
Yeah, we've been talking about Sandrine Gruda as well before, how legendary she is for the French basketball. She was part of All-Star in the 2019, 2 years ago, of the EuroBasket. So definitely a big quality.
Joanna's to Gruda. Gruda lets it go. Her shot rolls in and out. Stop and pop there by Dojkic. She's a little off. Vukosavljevic attacks the basket. She misses her left-hand layup. But ball's going to France as it went off the hand of Tikvic.
Yeah, Tikvic tried to tip it to Dojkic, but I think they weren't on the same page in this action. So now possession from the French team.
Vitkovic checking in, Tikvic going out for a little bit of a breather. First substitution for Croatia here. Oh, what a catch by Gruda. I don't know how she held on to that and got the ball to Duche. Duche finds Miem. Miem lets it fly, and it's good for 3 points.
Great ball movement as well, changing the strong and weak side, which always is so dangerous because the defensive players have to really shift to cover the open players. Great play for France.
Dojkic attacking the basket, wide open, no help side. I mean, Joannes came kind of late, missed opportunity, I think, for Croatia. Duche decides to pull it back out. Vukosavljevic is going to let it fly. Her shot is a little long. Croatia comes up with the rebound. Good hands, and it's French ball.
Yeah, that was a great defensive possession from Vukosavljevic. You know, she's the one who missed the shot, but she was back first to cover this penetration of Dojkic, and that's what you want to see from your player as a coach.
Gabby Williams checking in for France. She's played in France professionally. Her mother is French. Oh, nice pass from Mia to Gruda. Oh, nice pass. What a look, and one.
That was a great cut from Tadic. She recognized there's no one for help. Mia was a little bit too high to cover this long pass.
And also a good lead pass, though, by Croatia on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great timing, great length. Here we can see that Miem wasn't there, Jonas wasn't there, and great timing of this pass.
Possible chance for a three-point play here. Miem has to go out with 2 fouls for France.
As you mentioned before, Gabby Williams is playing in EuroBasket in the Hungarian league, so we mentioned as well that her strength is defense mainly, even though the offense is obviously not a question either. But to be crowned the EuroLeague Defensive Player of the Year, that tells a lot. And to be honest, I think that's kind of hard putting in. I think that's what the French team missed in the previous years. So hopefully that's going to be the missing piece, what they needed to put back into their roster.
Well, let's see. Can Slonczak get anything? Nope, she gives it up. Parisha. Slonczak has to pull up. Oh! I mean, again, that was pretty good defense, but it was just a better offense.
It was absolutely the better offense. Fearless and well-timed.
Gruda. 2-point jump shot for her.
Yeah, if you're guarding Gruda, you don't want to give her open mid-range shots because that's her strength, and she's always been an excellent shooter from that distance.
Slonczak, she'll let it fly, and it's good. 3 points for her. Both teams right now shooting the ball exceptionally well. 19-18 after 7 minutes for the home team, France. Duché trying to create. She finds Chartreux on the corner. Again, not someone you want to leave open. Chartreux checks in. First shot, first 3 points for Chartreux.
Amazing. It's almost like it's completely opposite way than what we've seen earlier, the Belgium against Bosnia. They couldn't make a shot, Belgium team, but the French team now is actually making really most of the shots. They're shooting 66% from 3 and 50 from 2 at the moment. And I have to say, even Croatia shooting 55 and 50 from 3, so not bad at all.
You saw Siak and Sarah Michelle check into the game. Siak, before the game, they announced that this was her 100th game for the French national team. And an offensive foul called on her. Good job there by Vitkovic to just kind of stand her ground and let Siak run into her.
Yeah, that's completely unnecessary foul, I think, because you were just
I think her head was down, right?
Yeah,
and
I think it's more that she didn't see her.
Not paying attention.
She wanted to walk through that player. It was no threat or anything. She just could have easily got around.
Slonczak kicks it out. 3-point shot by Zvitkovic.
Yeah,
for Croatia.
We mentioned that Croatia is a young team with a quick feed and good shooting, and so far they're doing pretty well.
Almost a turnover there for France. Duché has it. She attacks baseline, finds Siak cutting to the basket, and she's fouled.
Yeah, and you can see 3 Croatian players on Siak. So it was important to get the ball high and didn't put it back down, because I'm sure that would be like a little group of dogs getting that ball off her hand. So well played from Duché as well to open her, to attack the basket and then open up her teammate in the position.
Substitution for Croatia. We see Masic checking into the game, number 2. Siak makes the second. 23-21 for France. Just under 2 minutes here left in the first quarter.
France being in foul trouble, so would like to see Croatia.
Dojkic attacking hard.
Yeah.
I think the foul is going to be called on Sarah Michelle reaching in. She's surprised. I think she thought she had all ball. And that's the 5th foul now for France.
Yep. What's important?
A ball. And that's the 5th foul now for France.
Yep. What's important, Dojkic is now on the fouling shots to try to even the score. 23-21 for France. You can see it, Ivana Dojkic is really trying to find any open space for that penetration, being the danger to French defense.
Dojkic goes 1 for 2. Duche for 3. She's off. Siak there to rebound. Good job by Siak. I mean, she was the one outsetting the screen for Duche. What do you ask your post players to do? Set screens, go to the basket.
Absolutely. And to be honest, it's why not to shot that shot when you have Siak under the ring.
Good hustle there by France. Gabby Williams attacking the basket. She kicks it out to a wide open Sarah Michelle. She's off. I think it's going to be a defensive rebounding call here against Svitkovic. Yeah, number 10 for Croatia. I mean, what do? There's a big height difference between her and Siak.
I wish Croatia was looking at the game we've just seen when Slovenia was pushing the players away from the basket, because if you have this big disadvantage, you want to bring her away from that rim, because otherwise you already lost that rebound.
Gabby Williams finds Siak. Siak attacks the basket, gets her own rebound though, and is fouled. I'm not sure, but if that foul was called on number 10, Svitkovic, it's going to be her 3rd. Nope. So it's on Miltic, and that's her first personal foul. And the team's 4th. Siak back at the line to shoot 2. Siak goes 1 for 2, misses the second. Croatia is able to grab the rebound. Aggressive defense by Siak. Might have missed a foul there. Ball ends up. 3-point shot attempt is up, and it's good for Masic.
Wow, that was actually a great defense for 22 seconds, and then the last 2 seconds you give up an open shot.
Siak inside. Maybe rushed the shot a little bit too much. I think she thought the shot clock was, I mean, you had to take last second possession, but I think she had time to turn instead of sort of just throwing it up. Anyway, at the end of the first quarter, 26-25. Who would have guessed this?
I think the Croatian fans would have, because they know the capability of their team, and they knew that they're coming to surprise here. Here we see a shooting stats so high from the arc, 50% from France, 57% from Croatia. What an excellent shooting performance from both sides in tonight's game.
So a couple highlights from this first quarter. Of course, you're going to see Joannes, you're probably going to see Gruda in the action, Miem, Chartreux. I mean, everyone who's really played for France has almost scored.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all, but I have to say, even on the other side, whoever just checked in from Croatia has really contributed as well. So that's why I think this is such a close game in every statistic matters.
So my question to you, keep up this pace and keep up this kind of scoring that we've seen after 10 minutes. Do you think Croatia can do the same? Can they stay at this level? I can't imagine Croatia scoring 100 points against France.
Yeah, that's a good question, but to be honest, we've seen it earlier today, and I think the fact that Croatia has nothing to lose in today's game, and they are a very young team with loads of energy, I think they could keep the pace of the game for most of the time of tonight's game. So now I think the French team needs to step up a little bit and start to dictate the tempo of the game, and not allow the Croatian teams to create like they are creating.
Start of the second half here, Croatia with the ball. They get it to Masic. She hit that big three near the end of the first quarter. Gabby Williams guarding her. Siak now switches out onto her. She lets it fly again, and it's good! So we saw Williams and Tikvic there fighting on the floor. Both went down.
Energy from the bench as well, which plays a good important role when your teammates supporting you.
I would be pretty excited too against France, the home team. After 10 minutes, so Williams, she drives baseline, just misses. I'm sure she's probably a little disappointed on that basket. Ball goes back to France though. And they have a new shot clock, 14 seconds. Chartreux to Joannes. Joannes back to Chartreux. She lets it fly, it's just off the mark. And now Croatia running. Oh, not sure if it was blocked, but it was pretty good defense by Joannes there. Williams to Michelle. Michelle is able to get to the basket.
It was a great transition offense from France. They recognized the overload they've had because the Croatian Tadic stayed under the rim after the unsuccessful shot.
Dojkic, nowhere to go. Tough shot, good defense. Tough shot though by Milatic, number 22 for Croatia. And they are not backing down.
No, they're not. They're not the nation they would back down, I would say. It's not part of their mentality. I think the mentality of Croatia is really to fight. And you know what? They have nothing to lose. They already reached their goal to make it in here. So they can only surprise us. So far, they're playing very well.
Sarah Michelle now playing point guard for France. She passes to Joannes. Joannes finds Gruda. And Gruda does not miss people, especially if she's open. Gruda already has 8 points tonight. She did recently in their friendly games. Oh, good job by Dojkic there. Sandrine Gruda just became the highest scoring French women's basketball player ever. And I'm not sure anyone is going to beat her.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been in the game so long, and she's just a true leader. I'm sure not only on the court, but also off the court. And to have someone like that within the roster, it just gives you a little, like, assurance, you know, someone that if you don't know what to do with the ball, just give it to her, and she's gonna take care of it.
Dojkic. She's gonna use the screen up top. She's gonna find Milatic. That was a good shot. It was on, too. Gabby Williams running the fast break here. Who's going to stop her going to the basket? Well, she missed, but Chartreux's there for the offensive rebound and 2 points. Well, timeout called by Coach Bralic of Croatia. I think it's more of a timeout because they're not playing bad. I think if it's more of a timeout to catch your breath, maybe talk about something that they want to do on attack here, but it wasn't, I don't think it's a timeout because things aren't going well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also Coach Brown is going to say to his teammates, they can't just allow French to run these easy transitions because there was no one really coming back. We've seen Gabriel Williams and Chateau running. And, you know, like, you have to stop them because that's too easy, 2 points. Now we've seen some stats of the turnovers from the French team. It's 5 turnovers to 1 of Croatian, which is quite really good stat from the point of the Croatian team. Yeah. Like having against the most favorite team in the championship, just 1 turnover within like a quarter and a half. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of a surprising stat to me.
Yeah, but it also comes to like the question, is the French defense aggressive enough? Trying to put the Croatian team under the pressure so they can't create as freely on the court, on the offensive half as they do so far, because I feel like they're reading the game very well. They move the ball, they run, and I think if you put a little bit of pressure on, you're going to force them to turnovers as well.
Yeah. Then we saw a quick stat. Charterou's done a good job for France. 5 points already in just under 7 minutes. 2 of 3 from field, 3 rebounds. Now Dojkic trying to get something going. He steps back, 3-point shot, lets it fly, off the mark. Williams with the rebound. Sarah Michelle, I wouldn't consider her a natural point guard. You know, her position, her best position is the 2 spot, but she does a great job there penetrating and finding a wide open Gruda. But obviously with Ipupa going down, we haven't had an update on her yet. We will when we get one. 3-point shot, a little short by Begic. So other people need to step up, play different positions, right?
Yeah, and that's why I think the French team is so strong, because anyone can step up for each other. So, not for Sandra Gruda, because she's just like top in her position, and she's just displaying and staying. I think I would like to see now the Croatian go, for the penetration, but
why when you can make a 3-point shot, says Dojkic.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see how freely she plays, and that's what she mentioned at the press conference. She's so liking it from Coach Bradley. And that's a 3.
And what about that from Charteroux? She responds with a 3-pointer of her own.
You can see that there's a technical foul called on
Gabby Williams?
I'm not sure about that call, but the officials seem to be pretty sure.
I mean, they're, you know, she didn't hit her in the head, right? It was the arm. I think maybe they thought it was a hit in the head. I'm not sure.
Let's just move on and see. What's important is that Croatia got that point in, and it's 39-36 for French team.
Croatia made the free throw. And it's actually France ball. So on a technical foul, unlike an unsportsmanlike foul, it's 1 shot, and then whoever had possession gets possession back. An unsportsmanlike, you get 2 free throw attempts plus the ball. Yeah. Mia back in the game. Charteroux getting a well-deserved break. Gruda, that is her move. I mean, she missed, which proves that she is human.
Yeah, her mid-range shot is just incredible game because she's so good from that position.
Dojkic, missed attempt. Williams now finds Joannes. Gruda running in. She finds Mia underneath. She misses the and one, but how about that transition? Like, it was like that semi-fast break transition by France.
Absolutely, and each of the players has run into their strong position. They exactly knew where they want to get the ball, and that's what happened. Obviously, Gruda on the short corner towards the ball. FIBA, she's going to shoot from that position where she's absolutely excellent in there, but she unselfishly shared the ball with the Miam under the rim. Shame it could have been N1 because the Miam was wide open.
Yeah, and what I love here is that in that attack, in that kind of fast break transition attack, 4 people touched the ball. And it ended up in, like you said, probably a layup that Miam should have made.
Koliko sam vam puta reka, iz met situacija izvuci je di možeš pogoditi na 8 metara i kreneš na nju ili joj staviš kroz uši, ali taj zicer mora, ona energija biti izvuči koš u faul na kraju.
Obviously, the voice we can hear is the voice of the Croatian coach Stipe Bralic, giving instructions to his team.
Brani reket i pojačaj skok, ključite u skok sve.
But also we can see the French team now agreeing some sort of instruction received from coach Valérie Garnier. Sandrine Gruda, 12 points, shooting 67%, 2 assists. It's not just the player who were on this board. She does loads of hard work on the court for the team defensively and sharing the ball. Here we can see some action of this legend for the French team. The best scorer of the history of the French national team.
And it's crazy because every year you think, you know, she's going to slow down, she's going to slow down. But she doesn't. Every year she continues to play at this incredibly high level. And, you know, I remember watching her at the Olympic qualification tournament a year and a half ago now in France, and she was just, it was some of the best basketball I had seen her play, and she is not disappointing for these French fans and for basketball fans watching on TV today.
Yeah, absolutely. 34 years old player, but she still has years to go.
Gruda. You're almost as her teammate. If sometimes she passes, you'd be like, why'd you pass?
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, like, the Croatian team now needs to recognize it and not allow her to get that ball so easy. You've got to step to her and contest that shot. And if she's going to penetrate around you, then you have to rely on the help of your teammates as well.
Yeah.
Because it's way too easy for her at the moment.
Second own personal foul there on Joanna. It's a good job by Dojkic. Drawing the foul. Joannes is coming out. We're going to get a look at Deandra Chatwong, who's checking into the game for the first time for France. Another one of those veteran leaders for this French team who has been around a long time. Dojkic. She's off the mark. Duche with the rebound. Bogosavljevic finds Miam. Miam pops.
Yeah, she has read well that package she's got on the floor, and yep, you're wide open for the shot. Great decision.
Carisha, she gives it up to Dojkic. Dojkic finds Vitkovic. Vitkovic, I think, drew a foul on Deandra Chatwong.
Yeah, that was quite good effort to try to put the ball down on the floor and pushed her defender closer to the basket. We also seen Baggage waving in the corner, but she was in the angle and no one could see her out there for that long shot.
Dojkic, really nowhere to go. Good defense there by Duche. Begic gives the ball up to Dojkic. Dojkic needs to let it fly. Her shot's off. France ball. offensive foul going against Garuda here.
Yeah, we could see a great off-ball action from the French team. But obviously, Garuda didn't, you see that she's holding her, almost like locking her in. Stay with us. Yeah, great call.
It's been a while since Croatia has had a score or an easy look. They're kind of relying a lot right now on the outside shots. And I know they were going in early, but they're not falling as consistently in the last few minutes here. So what do they need to do?
Yeah, I think they have to change the rhythm a little bit and try to attack the ring as well, or have some off-ball movement, because they actually moved the ball very well the first quarter, and that was working well against the French defense.
Turnover here for Croatia. France running. Quick foul. Good foul. Croatia only has 2 team fouls now. So you got to use them. You got to take a foul instead of giving up an easy shot for France, because if you give France easy looks, more often than not, they're going to score them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Croatia needs to be more aggressive into that penetration towards the rim, especially when the French is in the foul troubles as a team. So, yeah, it's quite hard, because if you have such great shooting as you had the first quarter, you want to carry on. But obviously, it doesn't work as well these minutes, so you're going to change something.
Ileana Rupert checked in for France. So now France has played everyone on their bench. Rupert, she goes up. Nice little shot, but she misses.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that everyone stepped in already so far. It's been quite known with Coach Valérie that she's giving the early touches to every single one of her players to get that atmosphere of the EuroBasket.
Again, another three-point shot attempt by Croatia. No penetration, no creating, trying to attack, trying to get to the free throw line.
Absolutely, and it's a shame because
Savljevic from outside the three-point line. But Mia in there for the offensive rebound, and she draws a foul. I believe that foul is going to go against Parisha, number 24 for Croatia.
Yeah, absolutely. And
no, sorry, it went against number 10, Svikovic.
Oh, okay, well, that's her third personal foul, so that's why immediate action from Coach Sipa Bralic to take it off the court. And again, great effort from Mia on the glass.
Mia misses the first of 2 from the charity stripe. Makes the second. Tadic, play caller for Croatia here. Tikvic, Rupert out trying to guard her really far away from the rim. Good job there by Tikvic.
Great attack, and obviously because Savljevic hasn't
just
been
a little late, no?
Yeah, a little bit late, so she hit her with her side of the body, and that's another great call.
Yeah, I agree. But also, more the Tikvic, you know, Ileana Rupert, I think, was out too high trying to guard her. You don't need that kind of pressure on a post player that far away from the back. I mean, it was 2-3 meters outside of the three-point line.
Yeah, absolutely, because Tikvic recognized it very well, and she just overran her player, and that obviously caused that the defensive players of France had to move, and that's why Savljevic has been a bit late for that split line.
Sarah Michel back at point guard here for France. Chachong cutting to the basket. Nice little finish by her. And that was just kind of, I think the defender lost sight of her player. Too busy watching the action. Vuko Savljevic with the steal. She goes all the way in for a fast break layup and 2 points for her. Timeout called by Coach Bralic from Croatia.
I think we see two different quarters from the Croatian team. They were really, really in the game during the first quarter, thanks to their amazing shooting percentage. But once it drops, obviously you can see that you gave me that question if I think they can keep it up all the way through. I would say when they keep making shots like they did, they probably would. But with the fact that their shot dropped really down, you can see they're a bit short for this strong French team.
Pa neka zabiju na moju dušu. Nemo da nas ne guraju doli na pola metra. Dali su nam 40 poena sa pola metra od koša.
7 turnovers to only 3 for Croatia. So Coach Bralic, there you see Celine Dumer, general manager of the French national team. I would say she's a pretty famous former French national team player.
Yeah, absolutely. She's the face of the French basketball, I would say. She's another legend who stepped off the court and took over another important role within the French basketball.
Yeah.
So amazing to see this progression and involvement of Celine Dumer.
Tikvik passes off to Parisha, sorry. Parisha trying to get something going. She can't. Slonczak sees the mismatch, tries to penetrate, tries to create anything. Not bad defense, I felt like, from Rupert, but I think she's going to get called for the foul. Again, we don't have the good angle, so now we get to see. Oh, yeah. She hit her left, she hit her right hand. It was actually her offhand, so, I mean,
it was a great...
From our angle, it didn't look like a foul. When you watch the replay, you understand why the refs call a lot of calls they do.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're professionals in their position, and we are sitting here and commentating on it. So great penetration from Slonczak, but she just missed the first free throw shot. But that's exactly what the Croatian team needs. They need to penetrate into the rim.
Offensive rebound by Tikvik. Good job. First offensive rebound of the game for Croatia. That's kind of a glaring stat, too, that we'll talk about at halftime.
Yeah.
Rupert to Vukosavljevic. Back screen by Sarah Michelle. Finds Rupert. She misses. I hope they know the shot clock. 10 seconds left. You don't want to shoot too early and give France an opportunity unless you have Tikvik on the court and she gets the offensive rebound.
Yeah.
But, you know, that last shot by number 14, Prima Sunac, I'm not sure it was a good shot, but it's also a sign of a young team. Anyway, at halftime, France 50, 40 for Croatia. So here, Teresa, we're going to see some statistics come up. What do you see?
I just see, to be honest, there's not much difference in the shooting as much. Yeah, 18 shots from 3 from Croatia, but what I see a massive difference is on the glass. Coach Steve Bryce has highlighted it, 30 rebounds for France against 13 of the Croatians. Here also top scorers, Gruda 14, Durkic 8. You know, like, the work on the glass is definitely a game changer in this game because the shooting statistic is not as bad from either side, but what makes the difference is the effort on the glass, offensive and defensive. France has a 10 offensive rebounds. That gives you another 20 points possibility offensively, and France is up only by 10, obviously. So I think it's definitely the key factor of the first half.
Yeah, and you know, to continue our conversation on statistics, 10 offensive rebounds compared to just 2 for Croatia. I think That's a glaring difference. And also, it's the three-point shot attempts. I understand Croatia was knocking them down early in the game, especially in the first half. They went a little cold. 18 shot attempts from 3 compared to just 16 shot attempts from 2. It's not really the equilibrium that you like to see, right?
Yeah, I think it wouldn't be a really issue to take 18 shots from threes if you balance it with some penetration or with some game, like the offensively changing the rhythm. But at some point in that second quarter, the Croatia has settled simply just to the three-point shoots, and simply you can't win the game unless you are Super Bowman who hits every shot, which they almost did in the first quarter. But definitely you're right that Croatia needs to obviously read it a little bit better, and if they're not successful from the long distance, they have to start to attack the rim. France was in foul troubles for quite a long time of the second quarter. How many times did we see Croatians to try to use it and be on that foul line shot to get some easy points? We didn't really see it. So it's as well the question of how much they want to play the physical game, because to draw on the fouls, you gotta go into the contact with the defensive players. So I think what France done great is they just let them shoot when they drop their percentage, and they were waiting for that rebound to grab and run some offense and some quick breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. Here you're seeing some highlights. Gruda, 14 points. I thought Chartreux did a great job coming in off the bench. She has 8 points for them, Miem 10. Everyone has also kind of contributed for Croatia, that being said, and hit some big baskets at certain times of this fourth half. So to be down 10 against France is not that bad.
Quite a few times in this tournament. Great play by Dominguez. Oh, that's the difference. That is the difference, folks. Where her value is now to this Belgian team. Oh, look at the pass again. Oh, my goodness me. That is ridiculous. Carprio, the greatest showwoman. Oh, and she got rejected by Videva. Suddenly she's become the slot machine.
Driving all the way in and got stripped. Liktarovic still chance to throw it up there for Bentley. Oh! Alex Bentley beating the buzzer at the half of Belarus. What a backlash from them. Have dug deep on defense for the entirety. Petrovic trying to finally put them to bed, and does. There will be 1.9 seconds to respond, but Petrovic brings this crowd to its feet.
Top scorer for Croatia, Dojkic. No surprise, I thought she would be the top scorer. I mean, 8 points, 3 of 5, only 2 of 9 from the free throw. 3 of 5 from free throw, 2 of 9 from the field. She's missed some good looks, but she's their go-to player. You expect her to shoot the most shots on the team. You expect her to be the high scorer every night, right?
Yeah, if you have to pick one player out of Croatian roster, it's going to be definitely her. She had a great qualifiers, as we already mentioned. She was a co-leader in scoring with Irina Kupova from Ukraine. So it's quite expected, but even though I think she doesn't have an easy job today, because to try to be the top scorer against the strong team of France is really, really hard, because to be honest, French team has a really good height on every position as well. And to attack the long players, you're either going to have to really bring them up out of the paint and then attack them, or you have to really combine against them. So not easy at all. On the other hand, Sandrine Gruda, 14 points, shooting 64%, mainly from that mid-range, as we've seen her, or under the rim. Again, it's just assurance. You know she's going to perform. And if you don't know who should score that certain possession, just give it her ball, and she will definitely lead it to the success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sandrine Gruda, she is France's best international scorer ever. That's not easy to accomplish. So it just shows you how good she is and how she is still at the top of her game, which is absolutely incredible for her.
Yeah, absolutely. But also it comes to the players to share the ball with her, to give it to her in the right positions and give it to her exactly where she needs it. So I think that France, with the slow start, they now adjusted and they really now playing to their strength. They really are playing patiently, waiting for the open positions. They don't really rush anything, and that's why I think they obviously increased that margin to 10 points.
And don't forget, on the other side, Group A action of this year's FIBA Women's EuroBasket competition. Belarus is taking on Spain. Belarus down 1 point, 18-19, with just under 2 minutes left before halftime. And again, for you basketball fans, FIBA Women's AmeriCup happening in Puerto Rico. Quarterfinal action today. The US won, so they're gonna move on. Canada against the Dominican Republic. That's happening now. Canada with a 9-point advantage. We're gonna have Brazil and Venezuela, and then Puerto Rico and Colombia.
Yeah, now back in here, Strasbourg, top scorers, Gruda 14, Miem 10. That's quite expected, let's say, because Miem is such threat as well, supporting Sandrine Gruda, and obviously they're using that, the mismatches they have, a great move on the court, and great timing of the passes to the positions they need. 14 points, we've seen this one already, 3 assists. I think you can never get enough of these stats of such great players. Sandrine Gruda, she had 11 shots during the first half, which tells you a lot that she's really getting touches. Once she's really making shots, you gotta feed her, and that's what the French team really does well.
Yeah, and you know, 14 assists, that's a pretty good assist amount for this French team at halftime. So obviously doing a really good job of sharing the ball. Duché has 4, Joanna's with 3, Gruda 3 assists, Sarah Michelle 2. I mean, if you're Croatia, what do you think you need to do in the second half?
I think definitely you gotta put up a little bit pressure. Don't let the French offense to create so easily. Play them without the ball before they get into the positions. Try to make it uncomfortable for the French team. Because if you let them to receive the ball to their strength positions, they cannot succeed.
Valerie,
also,
you're up 10. You find a rhythm at the end of the first half. You happy about it?
Ouais, j'ai pas entendu.
T'as trouvé le rythme, t'as 10 points d'avance. Est-ce que tu es contente de ce qui s'est passé en fin de première mi-temps?
We have some problem to hold the one-on-one against this team of Croatia, because they kick and pass, and we have some problem, and we have to control more the defensive network and the rebound to go fast in fast break.
Thank you.
We have to change.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. Coach, you had a good first 15 minutes, and then it was a little bit more difficult to make shots. What do you have to do to find that kind of rhythm, and what do you have to change to get closer?
Yes, we played very well in the first 15 minutes in offense especially, but we have big problem in pain, because the French team have a very tall players. They are very athletic, very physical. We played without first pivot Maria Rejan, and we have a big problem in the defense rebound. It's our problem, but the French team have 12 same players, and it's problem for my team.
Hope you can solve some of the problems. Thank you.
Well, there you heard it. Both coaches talking about little things that they need to correct. You know, I do think same thing. Defensive rebounding for Croatia. 10 offensive rebounds is way too many offensive rebounds to give up in a half. That's normally what you see in a full game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say it's not really to the fact that the French players would grab the rebound so easily. It's just more that they're using the advantage of their height to go and get those rebounds. So I think what the Croatian team should look into is to fight the position when the shot is thrown in the air, and then try to fight the position for who's going to grab the rebound. If you want to try to rebound and the ball hits the rim, it's a little bit too late, I would say, to push the tall players of French team away to try to get the rebound. So as Coach Sipe said, I'm sure they would have to adjust it, otherwise it's going to be a blowout with the rebounds, because 30 per first half for French team is an incredible number.
So we do see the Pupa back out on the bench. Her leg is up. It is an ankle sprain. Guess we'll have to wait to see how quickly she can recover. I'm sure they're going to be giving her treatment all night. So both coaches giving some last-minute instructions to their teams for the start of this third quarter here. Again, nothing to lose for Croatia. So go out, give it your all, push one of the best teams in the world, and see what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such important, the third quarter. We're always repeating it. It's really important for Croatian team not to let the French team to run those fast breaks, as Coach Valerie has mentioned during that interview that they're aiming to do, to get a quick rebound and just to push the ball and run a quick race.
There you see her, taped up, but she's out supporting her teammates. Well, welcome back, basketball fans. Second half action. France taking on Croatia here at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket 2021 competition. Joannes, she goes strong to the basket. A little kiss off the backboard, and 2 more points for her. Dojkic, nowhere to go. Good defense. 3-point shot attempt, way off by Masic. Duche, almost with a turnover.
There's a little misunderstanding. The Gabby Williams trying to run the back door, and Duche were way too quick with that pass.
They get it back though. Joannes, she just scored. She's gonna shoot again. Her shot's off, but another offensive rebound for Gabby Williams out to Charteroux. She pulls up for 2 points, and it's good.
Yeah, such calmness within her game. Yeah, she's not afraid to fake the shot and just put it down and go around the player to block jump shot. Amazing play.
And we see France here with a little bit different starting lineup in this third quarter. Gabby Williams in for Vukosavljevic. We have Charteroux in for Mia, and obviously no surprise to Shea because Ipopa is out right now. Way to stay with the ball there. 2-point basket for Croatia. Sharkru inside to Gruda. Gruda going baseline. Back out to Joannes. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Finds Duche in the corner. No look pass. Her shot's off. A rebound. And here comes Croatia. Dojkic goes up against the best defender in FIBA EuroLeague this year. Yeah, Joannes for 3.
I kind of felt Joannes was a bit quiet in the second quarter, but obviously now she stepped again into that third one in a big way as we used to with her.
Nice penetration, dunk off. Good job. Dikvic drawing the foul, staying calm. Just kind of back dribbling down and making a post move. So she'll go to the line. You know, she wasn't rushed, she was under control the whole time. I think it was a good little move against Sharkru.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great attack, playing the move of the big player. I'm sure she practiced that move many times during the practices, the other games. So, yeah, you gotta play what you used to, what she's good at.
She knocks down her free throws. Joannes, watch out. You gotta, Dojkic. Little tripping foul. Actually, not really a big foul. It's kind of like Joannes couldn't step over her leg.
Yeah, it's almost like in football. If you stay in the way of the player, it's a foul, but
Duche finds Gruda. Gruda, surprise.
this is so hard. Like, Dikvic couldn't do any more to guard Gruda,
no.
but the shot has been contested. She was on her body, still Gruda knocks it in. Another aggressive penetration from Ivana Dojkic, who has really trying her best in today's game.
And it seems, I mean, we saw an early shot, 3-point shot by Masic, which was way off. But they are trying to attack and penetrate and score more inside the paint. So I think that was obviously a big part of Coach Bradlich's halftime talk to his team. Like, hey guys, we can't just rely on the outside 3-point shot.
Yeah, absolutely, because at halftime they had more attempts from 3 points than from the 2 points. They had 18 shots from 3s and 16 from 2s. So I don't think that's too flattering stats, unless really you're shooting very well.
Joannes draws the foul on Dojkic. I think Dojkic thought it was a block shot. That's going to be her 3rd personal foul. She's not someone you want to see get into foul trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not actually sure. You know, you would say in this case, okay, change the player, don't let her guard Joannes, but the French team is so strong that who else could you pick? Gabby Williams? That's the same risk to pick up the personal fouls. So now she has to use her experiences from EuroLeague, USK Prague last season and try to really take care of her personal fouls.
Croatia here, running the offense. Good job staying calm, but they end up turning the ball over. And now watch out, Joannes lets it fly, and it's good! I mean, she started the game hot. You said she got a little quiet. I guess she's the kind of player, you just leave her in. Yeah. Because if you take her out and you put her back in, you don't know if she's gonna do this. And right now, she is just putting on a highlight show for all these French fans. Joannes, 15 points in the game right now. And she's feeling it. I mean, you are obviously feeling it if you pull up in transition like that. But obviously, Garnier didn't listen to me because Joanna's is going out.
She has listened to us, that she's been quiet, so she showed us.
And Sarah Michelle checks in. Maybe we'll see if Joanna's can go out and also come back in and still be as hot as she was when she went out.
Yeah, she's definitely capable of it. But what I think Coach Garnier does, she's sharing minutes at the moment because France leading by 18 points. And as you mentioned already before, in this heat, I think you want to save as many minutes as you want as you can for your key players.
And you know, both these teams play tomorrow, so like you said, this is an intense tournament. They have a lot of games in a short amount of time. So if you have an opportunity to play your players, give players breaks, and also this team, France, these 12 players, it's probably the deepest team in this tournament. So absolutely use them. Gabby Williams, great pass by Touche.
Wow, what a transition, what a fast break. Gruda touching on the defense, the back-end defense for Croatia, and Duchenne recognized that well and hit that pass for Gabby Williams.
So Coach Bralic wants to talk some things over. There you see the offensive rebounds, 12-3 in favor of France. Obviously second chance points, 15-4, no surprise. Pupa, ankle elevated. At least she's out. You know, if she was still in the locker room after going down with that ankle sprain early in the first quarter, you get worried that it could be serious, but she didn't come out of the locker room. You would be really nervous if you were a French basketball fan.
Yeah, definitely. You have a hope that she's going to make it back at this tournament, still team and still perform on the court more than off the court.
And keep in mind, I mean, we haven't talked about this because our games have been so exciting. France is going to the Olympics. Yeah, you want to win EuroBasket. You want to win this tournament. But at the same time, you have to think about the bigger tournament that is coming up starting at the end of July.
Yeah, absolutely. You can almost look at it as kind of rehearsal for the crucial games and stuff. So definitely important how Coach Valérie Garnier is going to manage those minutes, that overload for her players as well.
And then again, we see the French supporters out here. Obviously, they can't pack the gym. There's still some COVID rules. What a shot by Masic.
That left hand.
She's trying to say, let's go. Come on, guys. Let's dig down. You know, great to see all these people out, able to watch this team, watch this Olympic team, a team that, in my opinion, should win EuroBasket. Vukosavljevic with the turnover. Nice transition. Just misses the layup. Begic. Shot through. Going against Begic. She finds Williams. Williams attacks. Finds Siak on the baseline. Nice little shot. She misses, though, and Croatia comes up with the rebound.
Pretty impressive for a French team. Already 4 players in the double digits. Easy to play now, isn't it? If you have such offensive threat within your roster. Chateauroux, another player who's really stepping up today. A great performance for her 12 points, but more, she's also contributing on a glass, fast rebounds, and defensively, definitely filling that space in the ring.
Slonjak just can't control the pass, and it goes out of bounds. So a turnover, uncharacteristic turnover for Croatia. I thought they've done an excellent job of taking care of the ball tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And like 5 turnovers, that's something really to use it as a foundation for next games, because if they cannot take care of the ball like that, anything is possible.
Vukosavljevic with the offensive rebound and put back.
Yeah, and that's what I spoke about. Like, it's not just enough to stay and wait for the rebound. You gotta make the position before you actually go and grab the rebound.
And there she plays defense, doesn't come up with the ball. Sarah Michelle is gonna be credited with the steal, but really it was all started by Vukosavljevic. But Sarah Michelle goes all the way. No one picked her up, no one stopped her, so she says, okay.
Okay, I'll take it, why not? Even though I think she was looking to pass the ball, but no one stepped to cover her, so great finish. Vukosavljevic doesn't like the tempo.
She's slowing it down. I mean, like we've said in all our games, it is hot in here. So I can't imagine how hot they are on the court. Siak almost loses the ball, but Gabby Williams is there to clean it up. And she's fouled and is going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, it was a great decision to go under the rim to try to protect the shot. Here we see the effort. Incredible defensive effort rewarded with that steal. An opportunity to score. We see she was protecting her shot with the body and the wrist going under. So the tall baggage couldn't block her.
And guess what, folks? Maria Johannes has checked back into the game.
And now we will see if she's going to keep that momentum. And I'm sure the Croatian defense needs to now start to be a little bit more attentive to her.
Williams going out after that make. Chachong back in for France. Like you said, I mean, Coach Garnier is going to her bench, and absolutely what she should do. And the thing is, like, I think every coach's dream is to have a bench where the level of your basketball doesn't drop off. And that's what you see here with this French team,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. In the previous years, you could see that little drop-off. But this year, so far in this game, the tempo, I would say, is even increasing by the time the game goes, which makes sense because they play more time together. But to have this luxury to pick any player from the bench and keep up the tempo or increase it is such something with any coach would appreciate.
Tikvic is going to be called for the foul. Only her first personal. Trying to prevent Siak posting up.
Yeah, it was a great high-low action, actually, which I wish to see way more often in this championship, because I almost start to think it's more like an old-school basketball style, because we've seen that previous years so much more. Whoa!
She missed. Mia there to clean up the miss, though, and the putback. 2 more points for Envy Mia.
Yeah, we were talking together, Shona, during the halftime about how different the second half might be.
Good job by Tadic, scoring and drawing the foul, so she has a chance of a 3-point play.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? It seems to be like a one flash in many offenses, like light flash, you know. So we haven't really seen now Croatia in that second half to perform as much. It's 10 points they scored so far in this quarter. And well, I think it's just it's too comfortable for a French team at the moment. Savljevic on the ball, bringing the offense to half.
Chachong with a little baseline shot, 2 points for her.
Yeah, we've been mentioning that French has really advantage in their size.
Tikvic trying to go up against Chachong, good defense. Dojkic, mismatch. Siak is out on her. She fumbles the ball. Shot clock winding down. They're gonna have to put up a prayer, and they do, just short by Idiavits.
What a great pass.
Oh, nice pass and finish by Siak.
Again, such important the eye contact with the players. 16 assists so far in this game for the French team.
Tikvic trying to attack. she's going to get called for a travel.
Yeah, this is very hard. It's quite brave attack, knowing that you're attacking Sia, who's not way taller, but still bigger than you. And you gotta more to make her step out of that paint than just to push her down, because her long arms and everything is just gonna block you.
Now Joanna is playing point guard for France.
That's interesting. So we've seen already 4 players in position of point guard for France. Joanna, Michelle, FIBA, and Duchère.
Little miscommunication there. Turnover by Joanna's. Don't forget, Group A action. FIBA EuroBasket 2021. Belarus taking on Spain right now in Valencia, Spain. Belarus behind 25-29. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. 4-second differential. Shot clock and game clock. Out to Mia. Joanna's back to Mia. She hesitates, says, now let's use the clock a little bit. Joanna's says, I'll put up a floater. Croatia running. They have a lot of time to score. Good job, Dojkic.
Dojkic just used her ability to drive towards to the rim. She knew she has a slower player on her, so that was a great decision to attack that rim, even though she was quite isolated in that break.
Yeah, foul committed by Vukosavljevic. Either way, even if it was a foul on the ground or a shooting foul, they were in bonus, so they would have got to the free throw line. Sia with the defensive rebound. 2 seconds left. Joanna needs to let it fly. You kind of expect her to make that, no?
Yeah, she does those. She loves those shots and everything. So yeah, you do expect it. You both were like, ooh.
At the end of the third quarter, France 79, Croatia 52.
Here we see some stats, shooting 61 to 42 points. That's a big difference. 41 takes. That's what stands out for me. That France took 41 shots compared to 26 for Croatia. It just tells you that the effort on the glass offensively gives you so many more possessions to attack the basket. 14 offensive rebounds for a French team so far. Such strong third quarter for the French team. We mentioned how important it's gonna be to step into the second half for both teams, and I think who definitely benefited from the halftime break was the French team, because they won this quarter 29-12. That's way too cruel considering how good the Croatian team performed the first quarter. But hey, that's basketball. You're facing the favorite of the championship, so all you have to do is just to try to make it a little bit less comfortable for a French team in this last quarter.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, third quarter was difficult for Croatia. Dojkic, 10 points. She's struggling, 2 of 10, but the concentration defensively is definitely on her. You know, I actually think Croatia's played pretty well. 52 points in 3 quarters against a good team. That's still pretty good. So right now, there's 10 minutes left in this game. What do you do to just get back into it? Or, because at the end of the day, we've talked about this, points for and against could become very important in this group play. So you don't want to ever be blown out or lose by a lot. So right now, Croatia needs to do something in these last 10 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think could work for them is obviously not to lose the confidence, because they have to carry on even though the margin's still so high. but they have to find offensive rhythm a little bit. So either they have to change the rhythm or they have to attack the basket more. They have to run some quick breaks, but to be honest, it's really hard because the French teams, by every minute, they're getting better and better.
Nice two-point shot in the baseline for EuroBasket, #1 for Croatia. You know what I also liked about this Croatian team is that Coach Bralic for Croatia, he's played everyone. He's not worried about playing his players. I think he thinks this is also a great opportunity for them to see what kind of a level that they're at, but then maybe also to motivate them.
I think he might also look at more longer term for Croatian basketball, you know, because the Croatian team is such a young team, and any minute gained and played at this level can only benefit, you know, the young players can benefit from it. It can. We don't say that this is the last appearance of the Croatian team at this level of the basketball. We obviously see they deserve to be here, and maybe the coach knows they played a favorite. The game is quite with the high difference and stuff. So let me make my youngs more experienced for the further, you know, for the next years.
And I mean, you and I, our first game of the day was Group D, Russia versus Czech Republic. We saw Russia pull off a big win, especially with the comeback that Czech had in the last few minutes there, 73-69. Croatia's gonna play Russia and the Czech Republic. I actually think they could beat one of these teams, and it could be interesting for that qualification game to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I can nothing but disagree with you because, you know, I think it was just tough to face France in the first game.
Three-point shot
of the championship, but you're absolutely right. In this group, everything is open. Obviously, France, really strong team, really favorite and stuff. They most probably gonna go straight to quarterfinals. But the rest of the three teams, anything is possible. And as a couple players mentioned, it's about how much you want.
Dojkic, tough shot. Good defense by Chapchong. Duche creating. Little hesitation, finds Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams attacks, goes to her pull-up. She's off, but guess who's there? Andy Miam. Maybe got away with a foul. She smiles, though. It's okay.
Yeah, Miam, 12 points, 3 rebounds, but 3 personal fouls as well.
Duche, Williams. Easy two-point basket for her.
Yeah.
Timeout called.
Yeah, Coach Garnier loved to see this break because that's what she was begging them for, to run the floor, get some easy baskets, get us moving. Here we see the difference between the assists, 18 for French team, 9 Croatia. Turnover is not bad for either of the team, which is quite surprising. It's more like unsuccessful shots of the Croatian team and obviously domination on both ends of the glass for France. So I think that's the biggest difference between these two teams at the moment, and that's why France is 28 points ahead of Croatian team. Here we see Dojkic trying to assist for Cvitkevich's roll, but she didn't really roll. So great, easy, fast break for French team. Gabby Williams finishing with 2.
Just a reminder to all you basketball fans checking in and watching out this FIBA Women's EuroBasket competition. Group C and D are here with Teresa and myself in Strasbourg, France. And groups A and B are in Valencia, where Jeff Taylor and Azania Stewart are bringing you the action. Tough shot by Begic there. Not really what you want to see probably after a timeout. Williams, she's going to take her time. Oh, taking her time because Evie Miam was taking her time. Sarah Michelle goes to the basket, finds Miam on the baseline. Miam lets it fly, and it's good for 2 points.
Yeah, I think the Croatian defense tried to cover that roll down of Siak, but that obviously creates an open position for Miam. Great hit.
Tough shot, but it was on line by Tadic.
I'm not sure if you want to take these quick shots.
Yeah.
I think if you want to somehow manage the game still.
Wide open, she's not going to
great
miss.
one. You just want to play the time at the moment because you're down so many points, and if you're just going to finish the offense after a second, you're going to give the France more chances to actually score.
Yeah, and that last basket by Envy Miam was that offense that you talked to, that like big-to-big score screen down, and it's really caused a lot of problems for Croatia here in this game.
Yeah,
here you see it. The guard curls, it's a stagger, guard curls, and then the big screens down for the other big. And guess what? It works.
To be honest, I don't think it's going to be the only team who they're going to cause the problem with this action, because to just have these two bigs who are able to cooperate in a high-low, it's such strength.
Another three-point shot attempt, like another quick three-point shot attempt for Croatia. And I agree with you, because you don't want this game to get out of control, because I do believe that points for and against are going to become important at the end of this group phase. So the quicker you take a shot, the more chances when you miss for France to get the ball back and to score, because they're shooting a great percentage right now.
Yeah, they're shooting 62% from 2 points and 38, almost 39 from 3.
Yeah.
Already took 66 shots in the game.
Chachong, little move, right hand in the paint, and it's good.
And to be honest, it's not good for momentum of the team to come out of this game with some sort of like a big margin difference. So you're going to manage it. You're going to play the time and not give extra possessions for the French team.
Dojkic to Slonczak, a little crossover and a nice little two-pointer for her on the baseline. That's what you prefer to see, right?
Yeah.
Couple different actions in an offensive attack.
Absolutely, and that's already a 7th point for Croatia in this quarter. They're close to those 12 what they've scored during the third. So definitely something you want to see in this quarter.
I mean, clearly, I think for Garnier, the focus was France's defense. Great pass and nice finish for Dikvic.
And again, it's just a combination and trying to attack the basket, not to just rely and settle for the long-distance shots. So, yeah, it's a little bit too late for them to try to adjust that game, but still quite good for the farther games.
I'm not sure how Rupert was able to catch that. Somehow made a perfect pass to Chachong. It was a little low, but Chachong had time, and she knocks down the three. Right now, 96-61 for France with 4 minutes left in this game.
It was a great post-up move for Dikvic. She recognized she has a little mismatch with Rupert guarding her. So great look from Dojkic.
And a little update, Group A, that game, Belarus against Spain. Belarus takes the lead, 35-33, almost at the end of the third quarter.
That's quite a low-scoring game as well.
Low-scoring game. Nice pass into Rupert. Good job by Croatia getting back on defense, though. So France will have the ball out of bounds underneath their basket.
Yeah, that was a great defensive possession from Dojkic being on the split line.
Bogosavljevic, she attacks. Rupert lets it go. Her shot's a little long. Dojkic. Sarah Michelle goes all the way. 2 points for her. She now has 6 points on the night.
Yeah, 6 assists so far, 6 points. Magic 6 for her in today's game so far.
Ipupa, if you are just checking in, she did start the game. She played just under 2 minutes and looks like she sprained her ankle. So she's out now on the end of the bench cheering on her teammates, Vukosavljevic. So really, right now, I'm looking at the box score for France. Everyone has scored who has played, except for Rupert, not counting Ipupa, obviously, because she didn't have an opportunity.
Of course, and have to mention 4 players in double digits.
Nice hands by Sarah Michelle, another fast break opportunity. What's gonna happen here? She's gonna take it all the way. And 2 more points for her.
Yeah, so that's 4 players double digits and 2, Michelle and Vukosavljevic very close to being double digits. So what a great team effort from this French team in this first game of their first game of the EuroBasket. Croatia timeout.
There you see game leaders. Tikvic, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 more rebound. She would have a double-double. Tadic with the 3 assists. Dojkic, kind of the go-to player, one of the best players for Croatia, having a tough night, shooting 2 of 12. She does have 10 points, though.
Yeah, but massive difference on a glass performance. Like to grab 51 rebounds during the 1 game. That's something some teams even combine in 2 games, and it's just an incredible number. I think the Croatia, not that they really improved the glass offensively for the France, but the French team just had to find open positions to really score easily, so they didn't really have to fight on their glass offensively, but incredible performance.
And the thing is, 10 players for France have at least 1 rebound. You know, you have your 3-player, Vukosavljevic, with 12 rebounds.
Wow. Yeah, so close.
Not even your post players. Everyone is contributing and rebounding.
Absolutely. Close to double-double for Vukosavljevic. Just needs to score 1 more basket and she's going to be double-double, which is quite achievable for her. So, incredible team effort, to be honest.
It might happen right here. You called it. Nope, she wants to go for the assist instead.
A little misunderstanding between Chateauroux and Vukosavljevic. Can happen. And I would say even especially in this stage of the game, it could happen because the players might losing a little bit of concentration, knowing that there's a 1.5 minute to go. They're leading by 41 points.
Dojkic trying to get something going. Yeah, I think Dojkic might have even got fouled earlier on the pass. Sloncheks, good job being aggressive. Not many fouls here in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a lack of the aggressivity we've seen.
Oh, nice job. Missed opportunity by Tikvic there. Duché brings it up for France. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication here offensively for this French team. Vukosavljevic, she's off. Offensive rebound for Rupert. She hits it back out to her teammate during the professional season, Chartereau. They both play at Bourges.
And quite impressive. Chartereau is shooting 75% from threes. What a great stat for Chartereau.
Ooh, nice cut. Nice aggressive take by Milatic, number 22 for Croatia. You know what I like? I mean, they haven't backed down and they've never given up, Croatia. You know, yeah, a couple possessions, but I think it's kind of growing pains. It's not because they're not trying.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the lack of depth within their bench, and
her three-point shot is off.
Yeah, there's many aspects, but credit to them that they really step into this game.
Dojkic
strongly.
And I think we're going to have a foul on Miletic, trying to go for the offensive rebound.
And you know, we have to mention we haven't really seen something good on the floor for so long, and that comes to that obviously the smart spreading of the minutes of the players from Coach Garnier.
I mean, she played 18 minutes and 16 points.
Yeah.
So she deserves her rest now. She did her job when she was on the court.
Absolutely, and if you have a chance to look at the stats and how the Coach Garnier has managed the minutes of her players, you can see that all players play similar minutes amount.
Well, that's it, folks. You see the French coaches celebrating, the French fans celebrating. France win the first game of Group D play, 105-63 over Croatia. And really, outside of maybe the first 15 minutes, France were in control. And there you see that, Marie-Joannes, the fans cheering them on. Finally allowed back in the stadium, and what a team effort. There you see Pupa, we talked a little bit about her ankle sprain, happened in the first 2 minutes. We hope it's not serious, and we will see her back, if not here, but hopefully by Tokyo.
Yeah, we definitely wish her to get well soon. And no one wants to see injured players, especially in it's such a shame because the championship just started, so hopefully she's gonna be all right. Here we see the stats: 63 points for France, but with more, they took 20 shots more from 2 points than Croatia, and 54 rebounds to 22 Croatian ones. That's just an incredible number itself. Top scorers: Miem 18, Tikvic on the other side 12. You know, it's hard to to mention just one player, because I think this win for French team has been really created by the whole team. Any player stepped up, has contributed, and as you said, either if it was on the glass or the points, I think it's a bit tough loss for a Croatian team, considering how well they stepped into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I thought they came out, shot the ball incredibly well from the three-point line. I love the spirit and the way that they never backed down, even against a French team that started to run away with the game. It's a young team. I think they're going to get better. I think they're going to continue to improve. And it's, you know, it's a stepping stone, right? You don't become good overnight.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could be very important for the other games in this group, because we know how narrow this group is. Obviously, if we don't mention a French team who is most likely advanced into quarterfinals straight away, the rest of the three teams are really on the same level. So it's really important that Croatia is going to shake this loss off as quick as they can, because they have a game tomorrow, and they're going to play Russia, which has shown today previously against the Czech Republic that they only can get better by tournament going. So yeah, another day in the packet, another day ahead of us.
Some highlights of the second half. No surprise, Joannes. I mean, if you want to talk about how to start a third quarter, go watch her video.
Exactly. I think she's the most highlighted players, or her actions in basketball history, because her passing skills, her shooting skills, it's such entertaining element of her game that graphics usually loves to pick her actions.
Just a reminder that Belarus-Spain game is still going on. About to start, halfway through. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 44-38 for Belarus. Maybe an upset. We've already seen a few upsets. This tournament is crazy, people. Don't worry, because we will be back tomorrow. Another 4 games here in Strasbourg, France. 4 games will be happening in Valencia.
And what we can promise you for tomorrow is definitely some exciting games ahead of us again. Today, very unpredictable games, obviously. Nothing is sure for anyone. So come back, watch with us, and enjoy this beautiful game of basketball.
And basketball fans, FIBA Americas is going on. It looks like Canada is going to advance to the semifinals and secure them a spot in next year's World Cup qualifiers. The U.S. have already won their semifinal. Their quarterfinal. They're moving on. We've just witnessed France over Croatia, 105-63. From myself, Shona Thorburn, alongside Teresa Brent-Lebud, we will be back tomorrow. Tune in, because this is great basketball. Take care and good night.
Okay, Anna Maria, you knew it would be a tough game. It's been a tough game. You guys could play like 15 minutes making shots, and then after that, it's been so difficult. Can you tell me how